counting down to first pitch at Wrigley. The I-94 rivalry continues. It's the Brewers and the Cubs next on the show. A good look there at the familiar ivy-covered walls of Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. Today we wrap up the homestand with the third of three between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Central leading Chicago Cubs. DJ LeMahieu will step to the plate now as we're ready to get this one underway.
Leading off the afternoon for Milwaukee, second baseman.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground towards short, and that's through for a base hit. So a single to left produces their first base runner here, and with that, let's take a look at the Cubs' alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. If it happens in baseball, it happens in Majestic. Here's a check swing and a foul ball. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And here's a slider. Strike three called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
And with the light rain falling the way it is here at game time, if you're a speed threat, a slick field can really work to your advantage. It's tough to make the plays out there on the infield. Hit the ball on the ground and run, but it's not going to help you if you don't put the ball in play.
Andrew McCutchen will stride in now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's ball game. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out.
Yeah, you really can't take anything for granted out there when you're playing in the rain. You got to worry about your footing. You got to worry about raindrops getting in your eyes. You got to make sure you're in the right position. But in the end, he is right there to make the play.
Well done as he takes this the other way and laces it into left field, a base hit. And they'll stop the runner at second base, but there are 2 on and 2 out now.
Well, even when you keep him in the ballpark, he can be trouble. Here he's right on this pitch, and he smokes it into left field for a solid single.
Carlos Quentin is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. In the dirt, and now let's see. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. Here's the 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. On to first, and the Brewers are turned away as the inning is over. So a good job of pitching there as they wind up. Roger Bernardina will stand in as he'll enter play 4th in the National League batting race.
Roger Bernardina.
Ooh, and heads up as this is pulled foul. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
It looked like he was going to try to go the other way with that thing, but a wise idea there to try to hold up.
Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. And this is hit well towards the hole. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Corey Hunter will stand in now as the National League's leading hitter entering play. Oh, this is hit hard towards second. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases.
And if you're going to work away with a two-seam fastball, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. Here, as you can see, he starts it on the corner, so you know what's going to happen. It's going to leak right back out over the heart of the plate. And that's a mistaken location, pure and simple.
James Newcomb will come forward now and in an early RBI spot. And he's the right guy to have up there as he currently sits in 5th place in the National League runs batted in category. In the air to center. And a diving effort in center, but he can't get a glove on it. Around third and being waved on home. And he will score as well. As they're on the board here in the first, it's now 2-0.
Well, you can say one thing for sure. They are swinging it like they mean it. That's 3 hits already in the first inning, and this one goes for 2 bases. They're having no trouble at all seeing this guy so far.
Gabby Sanchez will stand in looking to keep this first inning rally hot. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Runner goes for third. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And the runner's breaking for third. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Fastball at the letters, and he turns on it, hits it high and deep out to center field. A reach there by McCutchen, but it's over his glove for a home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center, and with it, the Cubs have moved out in front, now 4-0. Now here's the ball hit sharply toward the right side. In there, a base hit.
It may be time to go to yellow alert now. That's 5 straight hits off him here in the very first inning. He still hasn't gotten it out yet. Looks like they're just sitting back and teeing off on him.
Swing and a ball hard hit toward deep right. Francoeur is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Don Kelly will take his first cuts here with the runner still at first and 1 away now. First offering on the way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
Now he swings and hits this ball on the ground. To second for 1. On to Alonso, but it won't be in time, and they'll just get the 1.
Yeah, this is right back to him on the mound, but he might have double clutched there just a little bit, waiting for his man to cover second base. And that little hitch was all it took to make sure they'd only get 1 on that play.
And he gets under this one a bit as this is lifted into center field. McCutchen is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate and they push across 4 runs. Second inning. Jeff Francoeur leads things off now in the top half of the second.
Right fielder, Jeff Francoeur.
Here's a swing and a little tapper in front of the mound. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
Yeah, and you know, that's a nice play back there behind the plate. For a big guy, look how quickly he springs to his feet, gets rid of that mask, and then he finds the ball here to make the throw to first to get his man.
Zach Cozart will stand in, and he was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. Now a swing as he hits this one into the air, but this will be foul off to the right, out of play. Hit hard, but this will be a foul ball. On the ground to third. Throw on to Sanchez is in time, 2 away.
Now, these infielders have been busy early on, and that's another ground ball out for them. Probably not going to be the last one we see either.
Matt Wieters will stand in here looking to keep the inning alive with 2 gone now in the top of the second. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Working quickly now as the splitter's in there, 0-2.
And now with the 0-2 count, he's got probably 5 different pitches he can throw here. So as a hitter, what are you going to do?
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Hisashi Iwakuma will start things off in the bottom of the second.
Leading off for the Cubs, catcher Hisashi Iwakuma.
Hit hard to short, but caught out there by Cozart. Needed that one to be a few feet higher, and the leadoff man is gone to start the home second.
Sure not fooling a whole lot of guys in these first few innings. That ball was absolutely raked, and it's not the first one that's been hit hard. He's just fortunate that that one was right at his man.
Roger Bernardina will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first. And now the second pitch is swung on and hit in the air to left. Quentin has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out number 2.
He's going right through him here in the second. That's 2 pitches and 2 outs. And, you know, quick innings like this early on, that can really pay off later in the game.
Now a big swing, and this ball is crushed. Deep left center field. Forget it. Long gone. Home run. So it's a solo home run for Torrey Hunter. Number 13 for him on the year. And the Cubs have now opened this up to a 5-0 lead.
Well, this guy's been a real pain in the backside so far in this series. And this is his second home run here in 3 days, so he is really seeing the ball well now.
James Newcomb will try to pick up where he left off. He doubled home a couple his first time around.
Newcomb.
Swinging a hard liner to center field. And he won't get it as that's down for a base hit.
Boy, this is really turning into an onslaught now. I mean, you see it right there. 7 hits against him now. We're still just in the second inning. You want to at least give him a chance to work out of it, but at this point, I can't really see him turning this thing around.
Runner goes for second. Now here's a swing and a ball hit well out there toward right center. Long run, but he gets there to track this one down, and a very nicely recorded out number 3. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. We've played 2. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers nothing. Dylan G will turn right around and get us started here. 9-1-2 to start inning number 3. First pitch here is popped a mile high into the air. This is way up there, but playable on the infield. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he's off to a flying start. The NL's leader in that department here in the month of May. DJ LeMahieu will dig in here. He singled to open up the ball game. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Another 0-2 coming. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Hit hard and caught down there at third. And that will become out number 2.
Now, story of the ball game right there, and that's how it goes sometimes in baseball. The hard hit balls find gloves, and the little dribblers find holes.
Yonder Alonso will dig in here. Took a called third strike his first time. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike one.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup, so you can't let your guard down.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Gone and Wilson Betamid makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Wilson Betamid.
And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
Now, after a rough couple of innings, you'd like to give your guy a chance to straighten himself out here, but I also think you got to keep your options open in case he just doesn't have it.
And he puts a pretty good jolt into this one, high and deep to center. McCutchen is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1.
And you know, these guys already have 2 home runs in the game, and they darn near just got their 3rd one here. And that ball just kind of ran out of steam just shy of the wall.
Omir Santos will stand in, a line-out victim his first time. Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone here in the home 3rd. Don Kelly will stand in. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Andrew McCutchen will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th.
Center fielder Andrew McCutchen.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Now here, oh, and actually he can't hang on. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. So that'll go down as an E4, as he certainly had his problems that time at second base.
Third baseman Pedro Alvarez.
Pedro Alvarez will stand in. A base hit his first time around. In there for strike one.
Boy, I'll tell you what, after seeing 2 errors in the inning, as a pitcher, you pretty much have to go into strikeout mode.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it. And even with our score where it is, I mean, this game is not over. You know, if they can chip away, maybe get a run or 2 here, they can get right back in this ball game before you know it.
Carlos Quentin will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ball game.
The 0-2 is a breaking pitch taken for a ball, 1-2.
Well, he's had a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on, so it's a great idea to go ahead and bounce one there on 0-2.
And this is swung on and missed, so they're able to get Quinton here for the first out.
Right fielder, Jeff Francoeur.
Jeff Francoeur will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And this is a big spot right here. You've got to get something out of this, even if it's just a run or two.
And this is going to be a foul ball. And just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire. And that's out number 2.
And here this is one more time on show track. You can see it. He checked his swing there, and I think he did so in time, but you can clearly see that that pitch is in the strike zone, and I think ultimately that was a called third strike.
Zach Cozart will get a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th. And a high strike there, 0-1.
Boy, he has been a first strike throwing machine, hasn't he? He's hardly been behind in the count all game long.
Swing and a bouncing ball toward the hole, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Kevin Valdez will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th.
Second baseman, Kevin Valdez.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone.
Now batting.
Hisashi Iwakuma will stand in. A line-out victim his first time. Fouled back. Action now in the Milwaukee bullpen as they'll have a right-hander loosen up. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center, but this will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but it's one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
Roger Bernardina will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far. Swing, hard hit ball to second. Throw on to Alonso takes care of him, and that ends the inning. Down. Matt Wieters will make his way towards the box to lead off the 5th.
Catcher, Matt Wieters.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Now here's the pitch. Hit on the ground towards first. And he'll take this to the bag, 3 unassisted for the first out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you see there, he finds himself in 6th place in the category in the National League. Chris Getz will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 39, Chris Getz.
First pitch to him. And he'll lay off a first pitch sinker, missing down and in for a ball, 1-0. Oh, hit sharply as this is pulled into right. And now a lunging catch, and he does a full gainer as well, but somehow hangs on for the second out.
And let's check this one out again. Look at him stretch out for this thing, and then he's going to tuck into a nice little barrel roll at the end there. That was pretty sweet.
Now the first pitch is in the air out toward right field. Over to get it here is Hunter, and he'll make the play for the final out. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Brandon Workman is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep them in the game here. Torrey Hunter will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the fifth.
Leading off for the Cubs, right fielder.
Here's Alvarez at third. Throw across by Alvarez is in time for the first out. James Newcomb will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far.
James Newcomb.
And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike 1. Oh, and he's got the shillelagh working now as this is hit into right field for his 3rd knock of the ball game.
Well, here we are. It's the 2nd month of the season, and this guy is showing no signs of slowing down. He's got himself another multi-hit ball game here.
Runners off for second. Now a ball lined hard toward right center. And a perfect hit and run ball as that's into right field, a base hit. The relay, and add one more as this is now a 6-0 ball game. Wilson Betamit will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
Wilson Betamit.
Now here's a bouncing ball sent back up the middle, and it's going to find its way into center, his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Now a fastball as this is hit fairly well out toward left center. And McCutchen will put this one away, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 3 hits. No. Yonder Alonso will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
And a sinker's in there for a called strike, and he forges ahead 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee-high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
And a splitter is over for a cold 3rd strike as he's left shaking his head, 1 gone.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Hit hard on the ground to short. And the throw sails right over the head of Sanchez.
Just an airmail shot that time. The pickup's good, but this ball just sails straight over his head at first base. Good effort to try and go up and get it, but this is well out of his reach.
Pedro Alvarez will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Throw on to Sanchez is in time, 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Carlos Quinton.
Carlos Quinton will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but he can turn on that location if that's...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Don Kelly will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Left fielder.
That's into the gap on the first pitch, and it looks like he may wind up with extra bases. And this will bounce up against the ivy now. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, he's right on the fastball here. You get a look, he hits that bat head out front and just rips this ball into the alley and right. Gets the inning started with a nice leadoff double.
Kevin Valdez will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far. First pitch cutter that's by him for strike 1. For Kelly, he's at second with his 4th double here on the season. Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes.
And that is not good.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Hisashi Iwakuma will stand in, and you have to figure that he'll likely be swinging the bat now.
Hisashi Iwakuma.
Runner's on his way to third. On the ground towards second. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Roger Bernardina will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far.
Bernardina.
Now the first pitch. And he's right on the fastball there as this is hit pretty well out towards deep left. Quentin is there and he put... Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point.
Right fielder, Jeff Francoeur.
Jeff Francoeur is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the 2nd inning.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Now the 0-2 to Francoeur. That's the splitter there, but it misses. 1-2. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. And a swing and a ball hit foul heading for the seats. So another foul ball here, and it remains 1-2. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. One-two pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. And the 7th inning starts with a fly out here, 1 away.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Zach Cozart will stand in 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. Starts him out with a curveball for a strike.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up that inside corner, or this guy will eat you alive.
Hit hard towards the hole. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a 1-out base runner.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller, the thought is that you've got to get out there and hit the ball before it sinks. So that means if you're a right-handed hitter, you got to jump out there and pull it. And that's exactly what he did.
And a good fastball here as he pops him up back behind second base. Newcomb backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Martin Maldonado will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. First pitch coming. And a first pitch slider is right there for strike 1. Now a swing, and he popped him up. And no ordinary pop-up at that. This is way up there. Sanchez is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Sam LeCure will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Torrey Hunter will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. And they're going to have a leadoff base runner here as the fastball is lined into left, a base hit. And now he has some trouble with it in left.
And you can tell when these guys have gone up to the plate, they've had a plan. They're just not wildly swinging, hoping for things to work out. They've been looking for specific pitches in specific locations. The advanced scouts, they've earned their pay in this one.
Oh, and this fastball is absolutely grooved as it is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a 2-run shot to left center, number 11 for him on the season, as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Carlos Torres come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Gabby Sanchez will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. Now this ball's hit out to deep left center. And make it back-to-back jacks here as that too is gone. Wilson Betamit will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. And he reaches out for this one and sends a fly ball out toward left center field. Therefore, it is Carlos Quinton as he puts it away for the first out. Omir Santafar.
Omir Santos.
And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate at strike 1. And this is hit hard up the middle. Throw gets him, 2 down. Don Kelly will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far.
Fielder Don Kelly.
And this is low, ball 1.
Wow, and I think the heart of this system is right on top of us now because it's really coming down out there.
Here's the 1-0. Outside with the cut fastball there, and it's a 2-ball count.
And I think with no one on base, you know, this is a guy you need to come after. I certainly wouldn't be afraid to give him a fastball here.
Now a ball hit hard towards the hole. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
Kevin Valdez will dig in. Strikeout victim his last time.
All right, go.
And a swing, and here's another big drive as this ball sent high and deep to left center field. And the long ball will burn him for the second time in the inning. Another home run. Hisashi Iwakuma will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center. Francoeur is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. Another good inning for the Cubs here, and you don't need me to tell you that these folks... DJ LeMahieu will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
So chalk that one up as an E6, and he really can't believe it out there. Yonder Alonso will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Right down Broadway that time, strike 1.
And you can see it. He's upset with himself out there at short, and he should be. He's a big leaguer. He'd like to get a ground ball here to get himself off the hook.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. And this ball's pulled on the ground down the line to first. And Sanchez won't get to this one. It's a fair ball.
Maybe a chance here to put a dent into that scoreboard after all. This gives them a couple guys on base now here in the late going. And at the very least, another hit here could be enough for them to avoid the shutout.
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. So now, after very few problems the first few innings, he's got himself into quite a pickle here.
And it's no surprise, it's the top of this lineup that's giving him fits.
Up high, 2-1 now. Called strike 2. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Hunter has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And there goes the shutout as the run scores on the sac fly, and they finally hit the board here in the 8th.
Third baseman number 24.
Well, you knew this was definitely going to be close, and that turned out to be a pretty good throw home from out there in right field, but it's going to wind up being just a little too late to get his man.
Pedro Alvarez will stand in with a run in, 1 out and 1 on here in the inning. And this ball will be chopped foul. Hit high but foul as that'll get in amongst the fans. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Here comes another 0-2. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
One thing we can say about this game, neither team's been afraid to swing the bat. I mean, here we are this late into the ball game, and we still haven't seen our first walk.
Carlos Quentin is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
He's going to get a visit from his catcher here because even though he got away with that last pitch, it was right down the middle of the plate, nowhere near the target. And this is not the guy you want to start missing your location with.
Jeff Francoeur will stand in with a showdown looming. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 8. The Chicago manager up out of the dugout now as he'll make the slow walk to the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll leave after a strong 7 2/3 here as he'll hope the bullpen can get the final 4 outs to secure his victory. Cameron Lowe will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Short lead from second, now the pitch. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Fouled straight back. Runner staying tight to the bag at second. Here's the pitch. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Brewers forced to settle for 1. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. The Cubbies are in front, 11-1. Burke Badenhop will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Swing and a liner towards second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out. Torrey Hunter will dig in, needing to come up with a 3-bagger to complete the cycle. Now the second pitch of the inning is hit on the ground to third. Throw to first retires Hunter, and that's the second out of the inning. James Newcomb will step in looking to remain perfect. He's already 4 for 4.
Newcomb.
Now a ground ball hit sharply back up the box, and it'll get into center field, a 2-out single. And he short-armed the throw a bit as it skips past him at second. But it's backed up well, so luckily there will be no advance. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day. Gabby Sanchez stand in with 2 home runs already under his belt in this one. And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. And he'll dive back in safely. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. There goes the runner. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Not in time as he steals second.
This is one of those situations where those unwritten rules of baseball come into play. You've got a big lead. It's late in the ball game. this is where you really need to put the brakes on the running game.
2 out here and a runner at second. And this will be fouled away. A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. And this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. And he will pull into second with an RBI double.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. The pitching, the batting, the defense, the execution. Just draw a line through this one. This one's been an absolute disaster.
And he'll pull this one down a step or two in front of the warning track. And so a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Zach Kozart will stand in now to begin their half of the 9th in a game that was decided long, long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now. But, hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
And he misses there, 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. A reminder that full highlights come your way as we'll look back at the key moments of the matchup from here in Chicago. Matt Wieters comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And that misses. 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. And he's fallen behind now, 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
Well, that may have been the last pitch in the at-bat that he could do something with. He's not going to get anything better than that.
On the ground softly to short. On to first, and Wieters is set down now, 2 away.
Well, that's just good pitching right there. Really ties him up with that fastball in on the hands. And he hits just a simple ground ball there for the easy out.
Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike 1. Credit where credit's due. This guy's done a good job out of the bullpen.
No question. He's been able to hold that lead, and these guys really haven't threatened him at all.
Now a ball hit foul down the line in right and in amongst the fans. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. And he'll put this one away without much trouble, and the Cubs will add one more to their winning streak as this ball game is over.
You know, you keep wondering if this is going to be the day that it ends, and it just never seems to happen. This is really becoming an incredible streak.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And the brightest star for the Cubs this afternoon was this fellow right here, Gabby Sanchez. Take a snapshot of that. He's our tops player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but that's all right. Definitely did enough to earn himself the hardware.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 44 minutes.